castle. Must have been quite stately in its time.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
Vamos lá.
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Já vamos lá.
Revelio. Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
Estou aqui.
I shall do
Calma.
all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Oh, ok. I am the danger. Como se-
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
I am the danger.
Revelio.
Foda-se. Aquela merda está ali. Está ali a aparecer, mas aqui não tem mais caminho, caralho. Mas nem tinha. Eu desconhecia esta porta.
Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Please tell me you didn't take it. But
I am
perhaps
the
it's
danger,
been here
Skylar.
all
I
along.
am the danger. Walter White, sim senhora.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop.
You know who?
I hid the note
Voldemort?
behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What does he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
Calma, eu resolvo.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous.
Esse ele vai para
As for
Azkaban.
Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns.
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends. Agabus Filbert must be around
Rebellion.
here somewhere.
Ah, ele não falou.
Revelio.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
Como é que estamos? Temos que ir boa segunda-feira. How is you? You, it's fine. You know?
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But
Cyberpunk já cá canta.
perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she
Dulcibella?
just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry with its exquisite gold
Yo,
plating.
Cyberpunk.
I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help.
Quando é que se vem aqui no dia
Harlow does
27?
not like people
Dia
talking,
27? O que é que dia
as you
27?
already know.
Acho que isso é
I've
isso.
spoken with Mr. Bickle's friend. Now to find
Quando é que é dia
Natty.
27? Dia 27 é quarta? O que é dia 27, caralho? Foda-se, essa merda parece. Eu sei que é quarta. Vem na quinta-feira. Deixa eu ver uma coisa no horário. Horário não. Uma coisa. Cara, data de lançamento. Eu consigo jogar. Ok, eu até pensava que ia Destiny esta semana e disse ao RPS que íamos Destiny e nem vou Destiny. Mas é, podemos ir no sábado. Link de FIFA. E vamos Destiny. Ah, porque eu sou máquina, sabe?
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there. Time to go a little quicker.
Então, caralho. Dá para aterrar aqui?
Natty must be around here somewhere. Revelio!
Ele tem que jogar Roblox Live Simulator. Oh!
When I was a girl.
When I was a girl. Hola.
Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
A minha era só ver as pétalas no chão.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Revelio! Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quick.
Sair, eu amanhã não.
To this room.
Quarta-feira já ia jogar, por acaso.
The hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
Harlow says her friend
Revelio.
he wants them alive.
Only a Hogwarts student would be arrogant enough to come in here alone.
Just keep an eye out.
Nothing even worth stealing in Murrenween. Hey,
It's Totalis. Revelio.
Girl's been nothing but trouble. About time we locked her up.
It's Totalis.
Científicos totais.
Revelio.
Be on the lookout for the girl's friend. If they're daft enough to try to...
Perfeito. Eu já tá aqui em cima.
Nonetheless, we have good spoils for our efforts. And so should we hold our heads.
Revelio.
Quiet as a mouse round here. Can't say I mind.
I've had enough of Feldcroft.
oi.
Waste of time, this is. Got my eye on a few nearby islands. They're in more danger than they know. Rookwood's work for him.
E não queria já entrar em conflito. Tem aqui um boss no meio. Prefere. Oh, tem
All day waiting to do Rookwood's work for him. He can fight his own.
They know the lies and falsehoods no one's mightier and Rockwoods.
Revelio.
Hey.
What are we even doing here? We ought to get a Hog's Head. This is a waste of our time.
We should speak to her again. Perhaps she'll tell us where we can find that friend of hers.
She's determined to say nothing. The boss will deal with her when he arrives. I'll have filled a cemetery by the time I retire.
I've lived Darkmouth several times. Can't understand why more don't. They're remarkable.
It's Totalis.
That's just pitiful.
Incendio.
Reducto.
Accio.
Reducto.
Accio.
Tanto quis fightar comigo, vamos lá fightar.
Incendio.
Os caras se quiseram fightar, que eu vírus.
He must be here somewhere.
Eu vou virá-los a todos, foda-se.
I've raided Brockborough more times than I can count. They're incapable of defending themselves.
It's Totalis.
Oh caralho.
The book of poems that was taken from Agnes Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
Hang on. Learn that in person, did ya? Reducto.
Accio. Incendio.
Olha, estou de cubo.
Revelio.
Foda-se. Ela agradece. Agradece, agradece. Olha que tu dizes. Com medo.
Guardian Leviosa.
Com medo. Olha o que tu dizes. Onde é que isto vai? Foda-se. Onde é que isto vai dar, caralho?
Revelio.
Acabou. Ah, tem aqui umas escadas. Dele.
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it. Revelio.
Ok, já não vejo mais nada. Está na hora de buscar outro. O que é? Deixa-me no canal. Olha, que ainda maluco. O gato precisa. Beijinho para ti. Rui Martins a marcar pelo Rissam. 11 meses, quem já quiser.
Vamos, Frei.
Revelio.
Você está que chegou, hein? O rei sou eu. Quem é o verdadeiro rei está aqui.
Aloha, Mora.
The king has returned, Tenho medo é que te roubem. Onde estamos? Rui Martins, boa segunda-feira para ti. Eu é sempre, já sabes.
Revelio.
Ainda está aqui alguma merda. Não consigo ver o que é. Aí está-me a atrofiar, filho.
Incendio. Revelio. Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you.
Está tudo, Rui Martins.
I am alright.
Louquitucho desta vida.
Thank you for coming.
Plim,
These
dá-me.
cells are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Já tenho a
Mr.
wand,
Rabe, I
mano.
found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Vai ser na cela, oh caralho. Queres apostar? Deixa eu ver. E eu vou lá, que trigger que esta merda está a dar.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure.
Espera se
And
ela dá.
thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You
Revelio.
go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Espera aí. Ai, o caralho, Zé. Não, espera aí, já fiz merda.
Lumos. Lumos.
Lumos.
Revelio. Lumos.
My name is Jeff.
Lumos.
Foda-se. Ai, com o caralho. Ou é aqui, se calhar estou ali
Revelio.
a dar rebel. Não, tem que ser ali. Ou está bugado do cofre. Pode estar a dar rebelio de alguma coisa aqui fora. Vamos lá, que se for.
Rui Martins 25 olha, deixou de dar baitos para dizer algo nabo uma vez, nabo para a vida.
Cala-te, caralho. Sabe logo o que estás a dizer, oh caralho. Que ela disse, vamos ser o grande da luta e afinal não está aqui ninguém. Cala-te, lá. Olha.
Revelio.
Olha uma rua aqui que eu não tinha visto há um bocado. Olha, mas que grande
Let's
fight.
find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and for all.
Que grande fight. Grande.
Lipski olha, deixou de dar baitos para dizer algo plim.
Devia ser o coisa, o baú.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe.
Meu Deus, não há dúvidas.
Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashbinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you,
I
I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
Yes, officer. Do you have enough evidence to take down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot?
Well, it's certainly a good start. We shall see. But you can leave this to me now. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Porque, bem, mas fazer mais esta e tá, hoje por hoje está bom.
Fácil!
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just leaving for our honeymoon, after we tell Mr. Hill of our recent marriage. Wish me luck.
Revelio.
Aqui não faz, por ali. Atinge essa linha privada. Ao tempo. Era aqui.
Mine now, demi-guys.
Era aqui que estava o último, bro. Foda-te. Procurei esta merda e procurei. Estava aqui engatada esta merda.
Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle, and I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the port key. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with
Vou fazer essa missão ainda, calma.
But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. All right. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I've actually met Scrope, but I'm not sure he'll tell me. He's rather devoted to the Black family.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't polyjuice potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have polyjuice potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more.
Polyjuice. Olha, não sabia que íamos. Jogo, faz tudo, mano. O que é que se faz neste jogo? Vai mudar-me a roupa.
How do you feel?
incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind.
The whole game journey is about discovering how terrible it is to be a football if you know that's the starter and main team of Hogwarts. Also, hello. What's up? What's up?
I shall tell him where to meet a
How are you doing?
liaison from the Ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
True slithering there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Afinal não era o último, pensava que faltava um. Fuck.
Do you have a moment, Professor?
Oh, okay,
Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did?
Estou com o martelo
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
And I'm afraid.
Now, to determine which student...
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you. Now move along.
I thought I heard
I
the
wonder
headmaster
where
approaching.
there was always in school in Portugal. Maybe in Guimarães. I don't know. Olha, por acaso, it's a really good question. Please, in school in Portugal.
When I witnessed
Guimarães.
magic in these halls,
You are from Portugal, aren't you? Yes, I'm from Portugal.
Simply mourn.
Headmaster, here.
Oh. O que tu queres, caralho?
Mr. Gaunt.
I
Where do you think you're
think
going?
they speak Portuguese
I
in
beg your
Brazil
pardon,
too.
sir. I'm
Yes,
simply on my way
they speak.
outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical
we
student,
are. We have
wasting
Antonio
the
Corsi.
hours away.
He's the master wizard.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses. Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes. Mixed with bubo tuber pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I assure you I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's.
The new Costa. Headmaster of
Something
Wizard in Portugal. Outra, yes,
Professor,
outra.
a word? Professor Black, again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kagawa.
Professor,
Vou dizer que sim,
more than
ao
one
Quidditch.
student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocks some
Can make a
sense to
sound
them.
disappeared.
And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kagawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a head?
Greetings! I mean, out of my way, children.
He's the Prime Minister, aka the headmaster. What the fuck? Esta merda foi. Nem rebelde, nem o caralho. Tô fodido.
I wonder almost daily why.
Professor?
Oh,
A
que
word,
caralho.
please.
Esta agora.
Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's
Pass
wise?
them all, don't you know?
I confess
kid,
I
man?
do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
I realize that, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
Sempre enterrar.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig? I shall never understand that one.
That ought to give...
Scrope's as hard a worker as any house elf.
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
How dare you question me?
They have to go for well muggles. I see you in diagonal.
Yes,
Olá, mundo, bom
of
descanso,
course,
Lipsky.
Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pure.
There is another matter, Scrope. I confiscated this filthy diary from a student. It smells of squid and seawater.
Oh, Apollonia's diary. That is quite a surprise, Master. What do you wish Scrope to do with this treasure? Rubbish.
Whatever you wish, Scrope. It's your treasure. Now, off with you. The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight.
Agora que eu ia falar com meus estudantes.
Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle.
Oh, to the speaker da coisa, toda a coisa. Por que é que não está a aparecer? What the fuck? Oh. Estás a brincar aí? Estamos a brincar com isto, pá.
I'd rather go alone. To a dance? Why not? In fact, I think we should insist that we go alone.
Best I see you. Well, you had all the best fun repairing charms then, but there's more advanced than vanishing spells. Yes, it's true.
Revelio.
Revelio. Olha, só não tinha feito isto. Isto não.
Maltinha, calma aí. Obrigado para todos.
Ora.
Obrigado pela serem. Como é que estamos?
Obrigado pela rede, meu menino, como é que estamos? Boa segunda-feira para ti e para a maltinha que veio contigo. RPS também, um SEO, tu ou Gone. Como é que estamos, maltinha? Espero que esteja tudo bem com vocês. Welcome. O que é que andaste a fazer? Oh, pose. Junta-te a nós. Grande destaque dado ao Gone. Ah, filha da putz. Peraí. Não é isto. Peraí. Eu acho que se der agora. Onde é que tu estás? Andou no primeiro descendente da pulse. Ei!
Fácil!
Mano, da First Descent é tão nice. Tu vais a jogar First Descent? É tipo League of Legends, mas em first person.
Hello, Mr. Moon.
Oh, greetings! Any luck removing...
Mas é.
I actually have some moons for you.
So you have. But bring me a few more and I'll show you how to improve casting a la Hamora.
I'll keep an eye out for more demiguise statues
Pode ser
and see
tipo
if I can
Division,
bring
cara.
you
Eu
more
sei.
moons.
I commend you
Não
for
é?
your courage and valor.
Então é ou não é?
Especially since I...
É! Oh mano, falta-me uma, mano. Eu disse ao coisa ao livro que me faltava uma. Eu queria, estava a teimar comigo. Falta-me uma, caralho. É mistura de Division com vibes dessa. Eu sei, mas é beta, não vou meter a mão. Já tinha falado ao... Já tinha falado ao corpo que a gente era para jogar. Agora vou dormir, tem que ser, fica lá. Vai lá, meu menino, obrigado para a tua rede, obrigado por trazer a tua malta aí. Espero que as tuas lives estejam a correr bem, quando um bocado afastado da Twitch. E depois temos que combinar umas jogatinas. Já não metes que acaba esta madrugada. Eu também não ia jogar. Por isso.
Revelio.
Aquela sala não posso subir porque não sei o level 2. E podemos abrir esta.
Hello, Hamora.
Mas quando sair. Vou estar batidinho, estava a curtir o código. Sai quando? Para ver, 5 de novembro. Ui, qual é que vai ser? Vai ser código até não dá mais. Vai estar a dar rebelde. E é por cima de mim, pois. Só para o bait. Que é o que eu estou a pensar, que é o que eu estou a pensar? Ou não é o que eu estou a pensar, que é o que eu não estou a pensar? E aqui está tudo. Assim que eu saio a miragem. Vá, tenho que ir abraço. Vai lá, meu menino. Sai, sai.
Revelio.
Olha. Olha o que a gente tem aqui.
Lumos. The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password. Revelio.
Aguenta os cavalos. O que é isso?
Lumos.
Se calhar um bocado ouvi e nem reparei. Ó, tá aqui, ó. Então. Lumos. Bora. You have some lumos for me. Então. Does I? Não sei, eu feitiço. Foda-se. Pode-te.
Revelio. Toujours pure.
Toujours pure. Deixa-me entrar, caralho. Let me in. Let me in.
I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto. Revelio. Aloha Mora.
Opa, isto. Era para esta qualidade, pá. Foda-se, onde é que esta merda? Filha de putz.
Revelio.
Level 3 está-me a foder, que eu preciso daquela merda.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time?
Vira um cafezinho.
Revelio. That must be the pedestal.
É, mas vamos ficar por aqui.